Hello YouTube, this is Silver Age Dave. Today is Thursday, April 19th. Pretty important day. Of course, it's the anniversary of the bombing of the Murrah building in Oklahoma City. And as luck would have it, of course, I live in Toledo. In Toledo, funny thing I never really put together, the area code here is 419. And so there's a big advertising push. They literally call Toledo the 419, and there's shirts they sell and all that. And so today I saw a little ad somewhere that said, hey, today's the day to get a discount shirt because it's 419, which is April 19th. And I never put two and two together how important that day is. It's credited, I believe, as the start of the American Revolution. It was April 19th. The storming of the Weaver Ranch was April 19th. There's Waco, there's all kinds of tie-ins to April 19th and days of importance. Well, as so happens, April 19th is also Silver's birthday. What was interesting is on April 19th, back in 95, I actually lived for a while in Oklahoma City, and I was supposed to be in that building that morning. That's where the Social Security office was to get your basically get your driver's license changed. I don't want to say Social Security because that was a long time ago and my memory's not perfect, but I was supposed to be in that building that day to get my stuff changed over, and as luck would have it, the position I was in, there were two of us that did that particular job, and the other guy, Dan, I won't say his last name, was a really nice guy, but he couldn't work that day. He had something going on with his wife, and I said, no problem, I'll do that a different day. And so it was a pretty amazing day. I often talk about we never know when the angels are looking out for us. Sometimes, in life you could have an accident, and I always try to see the bright side. Well, maybe the angels were protecting you from a worse accident later down the road. Anyway, that's my 2.5 minute talk about April 19th. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to do a quick little contest haul video. I won a couple contests in the past month, and I did an opening, an unboxing a couple weeks ago, and I went back and watched it, and it just sounded like I was in La La Land. So I wanted to redo it. The first one was for Weapon X Squall, super collector. This guy's got just an awesome system going, and he's young. He's got a great collection. His family's behind him. So I'm going to put a link to Weapon X Squall. Please, if you get a chance, go ahead and sub him up. And I think you'll like what you see. But anyway, he had a contest. He had a bunch of winners, and this was the prize package I received from him. This particular Walking Dead, I bought a couple of them when they came out, but looking back, I wish I bought more of them because I think it makes a great sketch cover. And at some point, I'm going to have something done on here that's going to be pretty cool. So, thank you so much for that one. We've got the Sheena number 0. We've got the Dehathoris, and that is a cool cover. And I have one, but Silver, I always like to have more. So we're gonna bag that with its partner, and we'll put that away. And it seems to be a neat series. The art certainly seems stunning. So that's a nice one to have. Thank you. I've got this copy of Vengeance, which is really terrific. Look how beautiful that cover is. And so I'm gonna be reading that. I haven't read it. I don't know much about the series. This is number 1 of 6, and who knows, I might be on the hunt for 2 to 6 when I get around to it. This one I was particularly excited about. I remember seeing this one and not picking it up, and I thought it was a cool cover and an interesting title. And there's of course, the great hobo song about Rock Candy Mountain, and so tying those two together. As soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, I should pick one of those up, and I never did. So thank you so much for that. And then we have Legends of the Dark Claw, and we have Dark Claw Adventures. Both of those are number 1s. We'll put those both here. Both are in beautiful condition. Okay, and so again, I thank you so much. Anytime someone has one of these contests, a community support video, you know, I just love it. I think it brings a lot of us together, and I appreciate you sponsoring the contest. So, you know, we have that one. And I'm going to tie this to a second one here in just a minute. Okay, so the second one was really, you know, such a fun one to do. Alfred 83 had his Juicy Covers contest, and I just had a blast doing that. I know, you know, there were a lot of great entries, and he had just a cool thing that he had a giant prize pool of books and said, hey, you can pick out, I think it was 15 books, and Mr. D was the first winner, and I was the second winner. And Mr. D, I really appreciate, because Mr. D, he selected a great prize package, but I know that he left a lot of great stuff on the table that maybe he otherwise would have wanted, and I appreciate that, because, you know, when I went back in, certainly there were plenty of great choices, but I think a few of these were things that maybe he would have wanted, and just was being generous. So thank you to Alfred 83. It was a tremendous prize package, and for sponsoring the contest. I think you know, the community got involved, and it was great. And again, I'm going to put a link for Alfred 83. Please check him out. But I got a couple of these guys in here. There's a kind of a cool Thing in Thor, Thing in the Hulk little battle. Must have been a video game deal for Wii. And then this side we've got a Deadpool poster, and so I like that. This Madman Adventure, this was on the stack, and I seem to remember that this was in there, and it's a pretty cool, you know, I did a bagging video on these mini comics. This is from 1993, and looks pretty cool. Madman Adventures, Mike Allred, Laura Allred, and swell cover, it says, by Mike Allred and Steve Smith. And so, of course, the Mike and Laura had the Action Comics 1000 cover that just came out, so that's kind of a neat thing. I'll have to research this as the world's snazziest adventure series, so thank you so much for that. And so then we had a Darth Maul number 5, and these are all comics that I picked. Again, I have a giant amount, but I don't remember this one. I might have picked this, but I think Alfred might have sent me a few extras. So, you know, every single one of these I think is cool. He had Star Wars number 6, which I have a bunch of these, you know, of all of them, but I can't get enough. I think they are great. So this is a beautiful issue to have. So that's a nice one I'm going to add. We've got Batman number 380. Beautiful comic. All right. So we've got that. Crisis, this is number 8. Now this one, he had in the description that it was pretty beat up, and I love having a reader copy of a good issue. And I'm not going to spoiler alert this one, but number 7 and number 8 in Crisis on Infinite Earths are, you know, two of the big ones, and they're iconic. The cover's iconic, and so now I've got a reader copy. So I'm going to put this with my collection, and when I go around to reading again, that's going to be the one I choose. So love having it. I really, really love having that. This one I added, Superman Adventures, just a great cover. And so we put that on the list. West Coast Avengers, number 46. That's a great issue to have. This series, really cool. Now, I bought this whole series in multiples, brand new, off the rack, back in the 80s. And let's see, it says 1983 on here, so that must be accurate. But when I saw he had these on there, I thought to myself, gotta have more. So that was beautiful. Thank you, Alfred 83. Those, I'm going to imagine those are tough to give up because Elektra's hot, and those are great. And then, of course, I can't leave a Spider-Gwen. Anytime I see a Spider-Gwen comic, I have to jump on them. And so we added another one of these Scotty Young variants, which I think is great. I'm seeing Scotty. I'm not 100% sure it is, but I'm pretty sure. I've got a CGC copy of this somewhere, and I just love having it. So thank you. And then this one was actually the coolest one, because I was hunting for this copy, and I didn't buy it when it came out. Somehow it was under my radar, but it's a Gwen appearance on there. And I had actually done an unboxing that I ordered this. Now, I thought I had ordered this copy of it, but what they mailed to me was this Midtown variant. And it's cool. And so I didn't even bother contacting the company to say, hey, I think you screwed up, because I thought, man, that's a cool cover too. So I kept it. But when I saw this in Alfred's prize pool, I thought, man, that is a must-have. And so thank you so much, Alfred83 and Weapon X Squall. I so appreciate it. And I will put their links in. Please give them some love. YouTube, this is Silver Age Dave saying, make today the best day. Silver is out.